private equity and 401ks, people say the risk is that you're going to be basically holding the bag for these people, millionaires and billionaires that have been in this space already. A lot of companies fail. Most companies fail. So you wouldn't want your 401k to invest in a company that could potentially fail. You want seasoned assets like Meta, Amazon, Google, bonds, things like that. Even I'll say even Bitcoin at this point. And then real estate. Investing into development projects may or may not be a good idea. But the Trifecta of Trouble by this comment here: crypto, private equity, and commercial real estate. So nice of Trump to look out for Americans and place them before these troubled industries. So it's kind of funny. It's very interesting that, this is happening. It's good if you're holding these assets, and it could be a risk if you don't know what the hell's going on with these assets. So pay attention, y'all. This is still Bitcoin crypto adoption in general. Now, something that I stumbled across recently is this platform called xStocks. xStocks provide on-chain exposure to the world's top equities backed one-to-one by the underlying security. Okay. You got stocks like Abbott, AbbVie, Accenture, Alphabet, Amazon, right? Apple, AstraZeneca, Bank of America, Chevron, Broadcom, Coinbase, Comcast, and the list goes on, right? Home Depot, MicroStrategy, Netflix, all these good companies, Walmart, Vanguard ETFs, QQQ, Tesla, right? And then all of these here are on the blockchain, and this is a link to the Solana, right? You can see minting. So essentially, right, you have, like I clicked Hood here. This is the Robinhood stock. You can get a tokenized asset issued by BackedFi, and it's dedicated to promoting the tokenization, and they have over 50 stocks, right? This allows users to use tokenized stocks as collateral to realize lending and other application scenarios and relevant financial markets. So you buy your Coinbase stock, right? After hours, it's pumping. You want to take some profit because you have a tokenized stock, you can do that. Or if the reverse happens, you want to sell because you see it dumping, you can go do that after hours. Most stocks on exchanges like Fidelity, Schwab, Robinhood, you can't sell after hours. Some platform allows certain stocks. You have to buy them and hold shares. So the scenario is you can do this after hours, tokenized fractionally. And then the other big thing is if you got a nice sum of stocks, right? QQQ or something, the ETF, Coinbase stock, and you want to take out a loan against that stock, you can put it on a blockchain DeFi crypto application and borrow against it. That is a game changer. That's the part that I really love. We know we can borrow against our Bitcoin on platforms like Moonwell and Aave, borrow against Ethereum, borrow against XRP, but now imagine borrowing against the S&P 500. That's a game changer to me. I'm really interested in that for sure. So y'all, let me know what y'all feel about tokenized assets in the borrowing and lending use case as collateral. Now, I've been hit up by some of the Pin Crypto viewers, and they're like, you need to check out Zetachain. Why? Because I've been comparing interoperability platforms like Aexlar, Chainlink, Wormhole, and whatnot. Now they said, check out Zetachain and let us know your thoughts. So here we go. Build once, launch everywhere. Zetachain powers universal apps that work natively across all chains, including Bitcoin and the blockchains of tomorrow, so people can access all of crypto anywhere. So this is definitely the big narrative. Trusted by global innovators all around the world, all the companies. Shout out to Kepler, Coinbase, Alchemy, right? Pife. So we got build the apps that reach millions of people. So 11.1 million plus unique addresses, 200 million transactions, 1.9 million plus community members, 140 plus apps, and growing. Work with assets natively on chain, on any chain, Build apps that integrate with networks and tokens natively without the need for wrapping or bridging. That's a key thing I keep seeing. No wraps, no bridge, natively via messaging and protocols, right? So we got messaging protocols. That's how these blockchains communicate with each other. Exclude native Bitcoin by design. Universal smart contracts, layer ones that have contracts. Zetachain's universal smart contracts unify application logic, enabling native asset management across all chains, including Bitcoin in a single transaction. And then future-proof your apps with first universal blockchain. Build once, launch anywhere, ready for mass adoption. So I like this build once, launch anywhere. And I think, as a user that got into crypto a few years ago, it was a lot harder with the bridging and the trusting and moving around trying to figure out where the hell your coin is at. But if I could just have an interface that let me do what I do, not really too much tripping about the back end, that's the smart play. And then Zetachain has a hackathon or build-a-thon going on, partnering with Google Cloud. AI-powered universal app build-a-thon. So again, the agentic stuff. But you got Google Cloud working with agentic. So welcome to Zetachain, Google Cloud Build-a-thon, building the future of cross-chain innovation on Zetachain. Join developers worldwide in building innovative cross-chain applications on Zetachain. This hackathon focuses on creating solutions that leverage Zetachain's unique universal smart contract capabilities to interact with any DApp, decentralized application, on any cross-chain messaging infrastructure. And then again, here's a link to the universal apps. Similar language as, Chainlink and Aexlar and a Wormhole, but it seems like everybody got something a little bit different. So for example, a Bitcoin user can interact with a universal app to send USDC to a recipient on Ethereum. An Ethereum user can buy NFT on Zetachain and send it to their account on the BNB chain. Basically, like, you could do anything. That's what they're trying to say. And then again, if we go compare it to Aexlar, a lot of partners as well, all their different integrations. Aexlar is obviously used more, 10 plus billion transferred in money, 70 blockchains, 2.5 million transactions. So it's used a little bit more, right? And then here's something I want to point out. Aexlar delivers first cross-chain connectivity for the new XRP Ledger EVM sidechain. So XRP is dropping a sidechain. Aexlar hopped on that, and they're working with them to help scale. All right, here we go. Using XRPL Ledger EVM chain, developers can benefit right away from XRPL's unique characteristics and institutional focus. 60 million plus XRPL wallet holders, fast blockchain times, low transaction fees, as XRP as a native gas token, a robust validator network, and a strong focus on regularity compliance. Today at ETHCC, Aexlar Foundation, in collaboration with Ripple, announces cross-chain connectivity, basically. So pretty cool. And if we go look at the charts here, this is the all-time chart. I like to look at the all-time chart before I zoom in. Market cap of 188 million, currently at roughly 19 cents at the time of this video, and it is definitely down a lot. Looks like it has launched in roughly token price 2024. So still very new and fresh, obviously. And it's on a lot of exchanges, not Coinbase yet, but it's on a lot of the side exchanges. Then we have Aexlar, again, a better looking chart, still down a lot. It did have a pump. The pump here was only in the beginning. This pump was more in the middle. Again, also very new, 2022, but it's more widely distributed by being on Binance. So far, looking at it, Zetachain, I like the language that Zetachain has. I'm more familiar with Aexlar. Market cap, not too much of a difference. But again, by token price alone, I like Aexlar. By the language on their website of what they're doing, I kind of like what Zetachain is saying a little bit more. So that's what I got. Token, Aexlar, language, maybe the technology. It looks like Zetachain is onto something. But again, y'all, let me know what you think about Aexlar and Zetachain as an interoperability platform. So again, y'all, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure y'all subscribe. A lot of good stuff is happening in crypto. And until the next time, y'all, peace.
Passive income, gold in my dental. Thank God for my mental. Investor fundamentals, told my girl it was simple.